Numbers 13 and 14 on page 249. The directions ask you to determine if you can show the triangles are congruent using side, angle, side. Side, angle, side means that you have two sides congruent in both triangles, as well as the angle in between those two sides. Number 13 is a good example of where side, angle, side does work. You were given in the diagram that FE and GH are both congruent. As a reminder, if the two sides share a side, if the two triangles share a side, like FH, then that side counts as a side for both triangles. That's the reflexive property. FH is congruent to itself. FH is inside both triangles, or a segment of both triangles, so it does count. You're also shown in the diagram that you have angle H, or GHF, and angle EFH, or F. And so I have two sides and an angle included in between them. So that is side, angle, side congruence. Number 13 does show that. For number 14, the first thing I see is parallel lines and congruent marks. So I mark the congruent marks. KL and NM go together. I can also look at my shared side using the reflexive property and say that, all right, so far in this triangle, I do have two sides. The question is, can I get an angle in between them or not? With the parallel lines, you sometimes have to draw the parallel lines to see what type of angles you have. So I've traced over with a pink highlighter the parallel lines, KN and LM. The yellow line going in between acts as my transversal. If you wanted to extend that out, you could extend that out a little bit more. See your transversal. That might make it easier to see your alternate interior angles. Your alternate interior angles are angles NKM and angles LMK. So if I kind of redraw this triangle just so it's easier to see, NMK, I have a congruent mark for NM, I have a congruent mark for KM, and then I have angle K. This is not an example of side, angle, side. This is an example of side, side, angle. Two sides and an angle not included. As a reminder, side, side, angle is not one of your theorems unless the angle is a right angle.